Now to the deadly wildfires scorching parts of Los Angeles. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives.
Ben Affleck is caught up in another whirlwind love triangle, and this time it's all because of the wildfires in California. The fires forced him to evacuate his multi-million-dollar home, and guess who he turned to for a place to stay? His ex-wife, Jennifer Garner. This unexpected move has got people talking, especially Jennifer Lopez. She's not happy about it at all. Sources say she's worried that Ben and Jen might reconnect and rekindle their old romance, but the more sources tell her so, the more she's worried for her fortune. And if we're being honest, it's starting to feel like J-Lo is just a bit obsessed with the situation. But what's really going on here? Is this just about co-parenting for the kids, or could it be something more? And what does it mean for J-Lo, who's been sticking around Ben even after their divorce was finalized? Stay tuned, because things are getting interesting.
I said that to Ben.
I thought you wanted to be my...
The wildfires raging through greater Los Angeles have forced over 179,000 people to evacuate, and Ben Affleck was right in the middle of it all. He had to quickly leave his $2.5 million Pacific Palisades home, which he'd only just bought 5 months ago. His house is still under evacuation orders, but for now, it's safe. Ben feels lucky, especially since he knows so many people have lost their homes. He's seen the devastation up close, and it's been a tough sight to witness. So, what did Ben do after leaving his bachelor pad? He headed straight to his ex-wife Jennifer Garner's place. It's no surprise really, since they live close by, and Ben wanted to check on their 3 kids. After making sure his family was okay, he also took the time to check on his neighbors in Brentwood, doing his best to lend a hand where he could. And Jennifer wasn't far behind in helping either. She was spotted with Chef Jose Andres, who's been providing food to fire victims through his nonprofit World Central Kitchen. It's clear both Ben and Jennifer are doing everything they can to support those affected by this tragedy. As the wildfires continue to devastate the area, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner are doing everything they can to help each other and their community. Jennifer has been especially supportive of Ben since his divorce from Jennifer Lopez. Sources say Ben leans on her a lot. While he has his own place, he's still at Jennifer's house all the time, joining in family dinners. She even makes sure he never leaves without a care package of food. She's so concerned about his health that she reminds him when it's time for doctor and dentist appointments, and even sends him vitamins, believing he doesn't eat as well when she's not cooking for him. But there's one person who's not too happy about all this, and that's Jennifer Lopez. She's been keeping a close eye on Ben since their split, and the latest events aren't sitting well with her. With the fires causing chaos, the premiere of her movie Unstoppable had to be canceled, and it seems like she really wanted Ben there by her side. Sources say J-Lo's been especially worried about Ben's well-being ever since she found out he had to evacuate his home. While she clearly still cares about him, it's obvious that this new closeness between Ben and Jennifer Garner is making her feel uneasy. According to Page 6, Jennifer Lopez has been keeping in touch with Ben throughout the wildfires, making sure he knows she's there for him and the kids. She offered her support, letting him know she's ready to help with anything they need. As soon as she heard that Ben's home was in danger and that he had to evacuate, J-Lo reached out. It almost seems like she's trying to be the one offering a hand this time rather than causing drama. But fans aren't convinced. They believe J-Lo is far from happy about Ben turning to Jennifer Garner during this tough time. In fact, many think she'd swap places with Garner in a heartbeat if she could. Garner and Lopez have always had a friendly relationship, especially since J-Lo stepped in as a sort of stepmom to Garner's kids. But there's been an underlying rivalry between them for years. For one, J-Lo used her role as stepmom to stir the pot between Garner and her kids. On the other hand, Garner has always had very clear boundaries when it comes to raising her kids. She's made it clear that she doesn't want to put them in the public spotlight, which is why she's always been strict about their social media use. It's clear there's been some tension beneath the surface, even if it's not always obvious.
I just said to my kids, show me the articles that prove that social media is good for teenagers. And
Jennifer Lopez and Jennifer Garner have always had very different views on the spotlight. While Garner has been all about keeping her family life private, J-Lo has never minded being in the public eye. She's always been open about her relationship with the kids and wasn't shy about showing it off in front of cameras. In fact, she had no problem using her connection with Ben to grab some of that attention. Something Ben wasn't too happy about. He's always been more reserved and didn't like the idea of his private life being used for public show. This difference in how they handle privacy definitely caused some tension between them over the years. It's clear that Ben values his personal space more than having his life in the spotlight, which is something J-Lo hasn't always understood.
You're so out of touch. And now Ben's drank the Kool-Aid so deep
he's going to compare it to his alcoholism.
Over time, Jennifer Lopez has had a big shift in how she views involving her kids in the public eye. After facing challenges in her personal relationships, she realized that being the child of famous parents is something people just don't understand. In an honest moment, J.Lo talked about how hard it can be for her kids. They didn't choose to live in the spotlight, and she noticed how people often see them as J.Lo's kids instead of who they really are. It must be tough for them to walk into a room where people are thinking about their famous mom instead of seeing them for who they truly are. She also reflected on her own career, saying how the entertainment world can be very me. It's all about your next move, your next project, and what's best for you. But when you have kids, everything changes. It's no longer just about you, it's about them. What makes them happy and what's best for them. Fortunately, this realization didn't come early enough. As J.Lo admits, she had been so focused on her career that she didn't fully understand how the spotlight affected her kids until later on. It's clear that being a parent in the public eye isn't easy, and J.Lo's reflections show just how much she's learned along the way. Things got a little tricky when Jennifer Garner's kids moved in with Ben and J.Lo after they married in 2023. Normally, you might expect some awkwardness between a stepmom and her stepkids, but that wasn't the case here. In fact, sources close to the couple revealed that the kids actually loved spending time with J.Lo, sometimes even preferring it to being with their more strict mom. Even though Ben and J.Lo were still waiting to settle into their forever home, the kids were already visiting a lot and bonding with J.Lo's own twins, Amy and Max, from her previous marriage to Mark Antony. But not everyone was happy about the situation. Jennifer Garner, for one, wasn't thrilled about how close her kids were getting to J.Lo. She was worried that they were becoming so fond of their stepmom that they were pulling away from her. Did J.Lo care? Not really. According to sources, she wasn't trying to overstep, but she wasn't going to change who she is either. J.Lo doesn't discipline the kids the same way Garner does, and it seems that difference only added to the tension. It's clear that J.Lo and Garner have different styles when it comes to raising kids, and it's causing some friction between them. After Ben and J.Lo's divorce, things have shifted when it comes to J.Lo spending time with the kids. While she was once very involved in their lives, now that the divorce is final, J.Lo doesn't see them as much. Even if she wants to, the situation has changed. Jennifer Garner, for the first time, is stepping up and setting clear boundaries. A source close to her explained that she wants any contact between J.Lo and the kids to be focused only on the children. It's not that Jennifer has an issue with Violet having a good relationship with J.Lo. She just felt a bit uncomfortable with how close J.Lo's family, especially her sister Linda, was getting to her kids. For example, when Linda visited Violet at school, it felt a little odd to Jennifer. Jennifer's loyalty is to her kids and Ben, and she knows the kids love J.Lo, but she wants to make sure the boundaries are respected. She would never talk badly about J.Lo, but if J.Lo wants to spend time with any of the kids, other than Violet, she knows it needs to go through Jennifer first. Jennifer is just trying to protect her family and keep things balanced, especially when it comes to making sure her kids feel comfortable and loved. So while there's no bad blood, Jennifer is making it clear that these boundaries are important for her family. It's all about keeping the peace while making sure the kids' needs come first. Jennifer Garner has always been the kind of person who goes above and beyond for her kids, and that includes trying to help when things get tough. During the messy breakdown of Ben and J.Lo's marriage, Jennifer found herself in the middle, playing the role of mediator while Ben and J.Lo worked through their divorce. But after a while, Jennifer realized she had been overextending herself, getting pulled into a drama that wasn't hers to fight. Her friends say it was the best decision for her to step back, especially since she's such a kind-hearted person, but sometimes that kindness can leave her feeling used. Now, with the tension still between J.Lo and Ben, things aren't exactly smooth sailing. J.Lo is definitely not happy about Ben seeking comfort from Jennifer, especially now when she feels like she should be the one by his side. But it's not just J.Lo who's bothered by this. Jennifer's boyfriend, John Miller, who she's been dating since 2021, after reconnecting with him in 2021, is also upset by Ben's presence in Jennifer's life. Don's been quietly supportive of Jennifer, but having Ben constantly around is starting to wear on him. It's a tricky situation, and while Jennifer is just trying to help where she can, it's clear that not everyone is happy about it. So even though she's doing what she feels is best for her kids and her family, it's causing some friction between her, Ben, and those closest to her. So let me tell you about the people in Jennifer's cave. She's the parents. It's clear that Ben and Jennifer are around during abuses. When Jen gets banged against the closet, At first, John Miller understood why Jennifer and Ben spent time together. After all, they share kids, and it's important for them to maintain a good relationship. But now, things are starting to get tense. Sources say John is getting frustrated with Ben showing up at all the big family moments. One moment that really rubbed John the wrong way was when Jennifer wanted to spend Thanksgiving helping others by delivering turkeys to people in need, and Ben decided to tag along. John didn't like it at all. It felt like Jennifer was more interested in being with Ben than with him. This situation is starting to make people think that John might walk away from the relationship. Sure, John understands there are kids involved, but he also feels pushed aside, especially after the way he was treated during the messy divorce between Jennifer and Ben. That left him in a tough spot, and it seems to be weighing on him. Sources close to John say that while Ben often puts his own needs first, Jennifer is finding it hard to do the same for herself, and that could cause her a good guy like John. When you see how much time Jennifer and Ben have been spending together, especially how they spend Thanksgiving working together for a good cause, it's clear why John might feel a little left out. It's a complicated situation, and it seems like Jennifer might be on the verge of losing someone important in her life if things keep going the way they are. At Thanksgiving, Ben and Jennifer were seen having a great time together. They were laughing, making jokes, and whispering to each other in a way that felt very natural, even though they've been divorced for a while. One source told People that Ben is really happy with his life right now. Another insider shared with Page 6 that Ben feels lucky to spend Thanksgiving with Jennifer, the mother of his kids. Despite their past, Ben still feels a sense of comfort around Jennifer. Their relationship is strong, and their shared history with the kids means that bond isn't going anywhere. Fans noticed their connection too. One person wrote, "It's obvious they still care for each other. He always turns to her when things get tough. She's been there for him even when he was in rehab. Why aren't they back together? She seems amazing, smart, beautiful, talented." Ben has even said that divorcing Jennifer was one of his biggest regrets. The breakup was mostly because of his issues with drinking, but it's clear that even though they're no longer married, their bond remains. Fans can see that deep connection, and many wonder why they haven't figured out a way to make it work again.
But remember Nanny Gate? Yeah, Ben Affleck and the nanny, I remember. Not saying it happened, but
Despite the heartwarming moments between Ben and Jennifer, a reunion isn't in the cards. Jennifer is in a happy, healthy relationship with someone else, and both she and Ben have already denied rumors of getting back together. Remember the Nannygate drama? While neither confirmed the details, it definitely added fuel to the fire. Remember how all of this confused and frustrated you last month? Well, guess what? A source close to the ex-couple told In Touch that the idea of them getting back together is just a rumor. Jennifer laughs it off, even though many still hold on to that hope for a fairy tale ending. She's currently dating John Miller, and Ben is supportive of her relationship. As for Ben, he's single and taking things one day at a time. While their past may have been rocky, they're now showing us how co-parenting can work. Yes, they spend Christmas together, but it's all about family and friendship, not romance. Jennifer's main focus is her kids. Growing up, she was surrounded by her family during the holidays, and she wants the same for her children. So, fans really need to stop dreaming about a Ben and Jennifer reunion. The truth is, both have moved on. Jennifer Lopez needs to accept that Ben has moved forward, and there's no turning back for them. However, it seems like J.Lo is still struggling to move on. Reports suggest she's trying to charm Kevin Garner, hoping to get under Ben's skin. One source said that having Kevin by her side would make a big statement, and it helps that Ben has always spoken well of him. Kevin is also friends with Jennifer Garner, which seems to appeal to J.Lo because she likes the idea of dating someone they approve of. But the question is, will J.Lo ever truly let go? What do you think? Do you believe J.Lo is still holding on to Ben, or is she just trying to get his attention? And does Ben even appreciate J.Lo checking in on him? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the next video.